Zedcrest is a perfect story of opportunity and preparation. At the time I started Zedcrest, there was no clear plan to create the Zedcrest that we know today. It was rather just me taking advantage of opportunities that I saw at the time. When the time was right, I started Zedcrest as one of the first few players in the fixed income market space. There were no banks, by the way. And our value add was immediately evident. Before then, the market was very low on transparency and price discovery. And this was a value that the entire market and the investor base were waiting for. So we were very successful very fast. As time went on and the vision became clearer, we then crafted a better vision to create a core of businesses in the financial services sectors in investment banking, asset management, securities dealing, consumer lending, and then create a satellite of portfolio investments in the risk sector of the economy.
I started as a branch advisor, then I became a risk analyst in the company, and at first I had just one small cubicle as was described initially. Then we had this like big room, and then we had a conference room. It was just basically like family. There was ownership. Everybody was all interested in each other's progress. We just kept trying that. Okay, this person becomes better.
I'd say I joined, or from my interview date, I came and I joined them as a very naive human being. One of the things that drew me to working with them was when I was being asked questions. So on that day, right, I realized one thing. It wasn't the usual tell me about yourself. It was more direct.
When we started the business and we started, will I use the word, making money, gaining ground, there's this need that we needed to give back to the people. And I think we started with Lagos State. I remember we started a CSR with Lagos State where we liaised with the Nigerian Medical Association to give free health services, glasses, all those kind of stuff, to free health services to people. And I remember that year that really differentiated us from our competitors. After then, they started doing something related, but we set the pace then. It's been different projects we've been doing. Yearly, we engage in a lot of CSR projects.
We consider social responsibility a key component in all we do. Under our employee volunteering scheme, we've embarked on a lot of CSR projects. For instance, during the COVID-19 lockdown, the management of Zedbanks took it upon themselves to take the risk, armed with just face masks and hand gloves, to visit inner city slums and distribute food boxes and other essentials to the poor.
The fixed income brokerage market in Nigeria started around 2010, and it has been largely unstructured till like 2016 when Zcap came into the market, and that was actually the bet of Zcap, because we're betting on a future where the markets will become well regulated, where we will have a lot of offshore investors coming into the market to participate. And that's when the Zedcrest Group decided to incorporate the Zcap Partners business, which is the brokerage arm of the business. And that set us apart from the participants in the market. The second thing that we also did was to focus on the people, because we believe so much that the people make the business. And we focused on bringing in very dynamic people, intelligent, smart people into the business, to lead the transformation of the brokerage market in Nigeria. For every other business that you can imagine, right? Competition, came to the markets, and of course, it became hard to capture these volumes. But for Zcap, we've always been ahead of the curve. We've always been very, very deliberate about our actions. And I think one thing that we did, differently from others, was that we're very deliberate about our people. We're able to bring strong hands, experienced individuals into the business that helped change the mentality of the business. And I think that is what has really set us apart and helped us to overcome the challenges in the business.
Since the inception of the ventures business back in 2019, we've invested across 40 plus portfolio companies who play in the healthcare space, the financial services space, the retail space, e-commerce space, mobility, and among others. So we view our VC business as our corporate social responsibility targeted towards enterprising individuals. These are people who are creating products and businesses that are shaping and changing today's world, how we live, eat, and work. Now, what we do essentially is we leverage our learnings, scaling up Zedcrest from the start, from the get-go to its current position as a market leader in where it plays. We take that learning to help our entrepreneurs build foundational structures around operations, financial, and strategy to help them in building their, products, launch, scale, and grow rapidly. We also complement this as well with capital to aid the execution of these strategic initiatives. In our portfolio, we back several innovative founders, some of which are old school. Old school basically is changing the way we learn, in terms of how we deliver the learnings, as well as the curriculum, giving us updated curriculum in line with what the business environment requires today. We've also banked companies like Bankly, who's expanding the pie in terms of those people who would have access to financial services. That's the underbanked and the unbanked.
Between 2019 and 2022, the group has invested over $10 million in startups. And all of these strides have been duly recognized by the numerous awards that have been given to the group. Indeed, this group has been acclaimed to be the market leader in the financial services sector in Nigeria. It has remained by miles the best brokerage firm for the past 3 years, and the group has indeed been acclaimed as the largest inter-dealer brokerage firm in the country.
Our youngest business, Zedcrest Investment Managers, that was launched in 2020, started out of the strategic review that we did in 2019. We started the business because we saw a lot of gaps in the investment management landscape. For example, the total size of the non-pension asset management industry in Nigeria was just about 1 to 2% of GDP, as compared to about 10 to 20% in other developing economies. This was clearly an opportunity. At that time, we were leaders in 2 key verticals of the financial services space. On the one hand, we were a leader in securities dealing business through Zedcrest Partners, where we're already seen as the biggest player. On the other hand, we're also a leader in the consumer lending business of Zedvance, where we are quickly becoming the most dominant player. But at the center of it all, we face the brand identity problem. What are we really? Are we an institutional player, or are we a mass market-oriented retail lending player? This was a problem we needed to fix. Asset management was a natural solution to this problem, as it sits in the middle of both former competencies. We can then serve both segments of the market, both institutional and retail, with the same portfolio management and investment solution services. We are positioning asset management as our new core, with the retail business of Zedvance on one end and the super niche institutional business of Zedcrest Partners on the other end. We'll be able to serve both segments of the market with the same portfolio management and investment solution services. Our vision for the business is to combine our native competencies from both mature businesses of Zedcrest Partners and Zedvance Finance Limited to build a truly unique wealth management solution and platform for both institutional players and the retail markets. We are leading with customer experience, curated investment products, and a unique focus on community, thought leadership, and customer experience to deliver a best-in-class investment management proposition for everyone in Nigeria. With all of this, we truly believe we can become a top 5 asset management company in Nigeria within the next 5 years, and have a shot at being number 1 in the next decade. It will be a lot of work, but I believe we will get it done.
Historically, Zedcrest has been known for trading in fixed income, investing in businesses from the VC arm, payroll lending, loans and all of that. And Zedcrest Wealth is the future, if you like, because we're taking all of that investing expertise and bringing it to the everyday man. And you know, a lot of these things can feel or seem like they're complicated. So what we're doing is bridging the gap, you know, using education and technology. We've built a game center to ensure that, you know, people are engaged and that learning is taking place. There's a lot, you know, going on that front, and we'll be launching that in the coming weeks. We have initiated or established a money club so that people can join, and you know, we have regular classes. People can ask questions. You know, there's no stupid question in these classes. Just so that we're taking that mandate to everyday people using technology and education to bridge, you know, the gap between knowledge and execution.
When we look at Nigeria, we see the opportunity to enable economic growth for businesses, individuals, and households. Over the next 5 years, our intention is to leverage technology to extend financial capabilities to these segments. We believe that when we talk about financial inclusion, it goes beyond just apps. We're talking about extending actual financial products, credit, payment capabilities, savings, market access solutions for small businesses, and embedded financing propositions for commercial businesses. That's our view of the future, and we're very bullish on leveraging technology to deliver on that future.
What we want to spend the next couple of, you know, months or the near future is help them build, you know, capacity building around implementing best practice operational processes, systems and procedures that would, you know, make them resilient in times like this, because we believe businesses should be able to deliver on their goal regardless of what the market fundamentals are.
The future of the brokerage business, right, cannot just be in Nigeria alone, right? We have plans to expand, you know, our brokerage services across the continent. But first of all, we'll start from the comfortable level, which will be, you know, sub-Saharan Africa, where we'll plan to extend our services across Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, and then we will branch into more advanced markets like Egypt and South Africa, right? We believe that by the time we're able to capture those markets, then we can, you know, expand into other regions that we find profitable and viable.
And so my expectations for Zedcrest is that they would build a future for us by leveraging on the innovation that they've continued to build on, by leveraging on that innovation and continuing to scale, not just in kind of 1 or 2 markets, but certainly across the continent.
Over the past 10 years, we have focused exclusively on internal competencies, and we have patiently built capacity to become a multi-dimensional financial services business. The theme for the next 10 years, a future redefined, will see us focusing more on partnerships and venturing to deliver the next horizon for the Zedcrest Group. As we go stronger, our capacity to make strategic investments in the larger financial services landscape, as well as in key emerging technologies and in the real sector, will be a strong area of focus for the Zedcrest Group. In our lending business, for example, we are launching new products and services to serve other clientele that we have erstwhile not serviced before. Also, under our asset management business, we are relaunching our digital identity as Zedcrest Wealth, a better built, best-in-class solution that will bring investment solutions to everyone in the language that they understand.
But I can only just wish that, you know, the company will continue to soar, to really be a financial backbone for the continent.
As we celebrate this very important milestone, I'll take a minute to recognize every singular person who has been very important to the Zedcrest growth over the past 10 years. To our customers, you are the singular reason why we exist, and I cannot thank you enough for the support over the years. Zedcrest is nothing without its people. I am immensely grateful to the board and staff of the Zedcrest Group in their passionate work to make sure that we continue to be at the forefront of excellence in our industries. We operate in a very regulated industry, and we're very thankful to our regulators for creating the enabling environment for Zedcrest to thrive. The Central Bank of Nigeria, the FMDQ, and the Securities and Exchange Commission of Nigeria have been very important support institutions to Zedcrest. We thank you. Dear Z Stars, you are amazing. Keep being amazing. To all industry stakeholders and other well-wishers, We are grateful for your support over the last 10 years, and we're looking forward to a more fruitful partnership in the course of the next 10 years. Cheers to a future redefined.